Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, anyone or anything with an ear or two that's listening right now. This is the show, the extravaganza, the podcast. Sometimes I'm always right. Sometimes I'm always right.
Back at it again with another episode. Sometimes I'm always right.
Yes, sir. Episode 10. We made it to double digits. Let's go.
Let's go. We working, we grinding, we gonna get there.
Yes, sir.
We want to have a serious conversation. There may be some entertaining points of this conversation. But we just want to kind of freestyle this and kind of just go off of how we felt. And just make it, because it really hits home to all of us. But we wanted to make sure that we just touched on how we felt and what we was thinking. So we really don't got no script. We just kind of vibing off a conversation. But we really want to just kind of focus on the recent or the current climate in this country. We know it's not anything new. We know that the recordings have been what has amplified the emotions and feelings of everybody in this country. And we know that now that, this stuff is mainstream and we don't need the news to show us things, or we don't need people to tell us things. So, I'm in a Facebook Live video, you at an event, we see these things all the time now because it's, you literally cannot even look away from it. Because even when I try to avoid the news, I see it on Facebook, I see it on Instagram, somebody sending it to me to tell me about it.
Right, and it's funny because now, like, the people becoming the news.
Like,
showing you raw footage of everything that's going on, protesting, how the police reacting to it. And
exactly.
It's just like the people showing, because the news might not show they might show the protest, but they won't show the police side, how they trying to distract or interrupt the protest and do all kind of shit they doing. But but we're gonna see it anyway because shoot, if you got a phone in your hand, you basically a reporter.
Yeah, reporter. and I want to say like a lot of people, the naysayers typically blame the media. I mean, the media does have blame, but they don't. I don't blame them for pushing a narrative. They're doing what media, TV is programming. They want to show you something to program you to support via channeling in for the next show or episode. They're not trying to push. I mean, they may be trying to push a specific agenda, but it doesn't bother me. I don't watch CNN or news. I literally catch what is playing. And that's literally like if I walk across the screen. But it doesn't matter. Like for me personally, I am bothered by the police brutality and escalation and the lack of de-escalation and the lack of humanity that I see in some of these officers when they approach people. Yeah. So it wouldn't matter to me if they was white or black. I mean, personally, I'm definitely gonna feel it a little bit more because I feel like if they look like me, I feel like I could be next. Yeah. But when I see the violence from these officers, because that's what it is, it's violence. They're murderers, they're criminals, they are the thugs of this country that you guys don't want to label thugs. Now, that's not to say that all of them are bad. I have family members and people that I know, close friends that are cops, and some of them are good. And I don't know any that are bad. I wouldn't associate with people that were bad. I don't even associate with criminals that are bad. So, I have family members that touch all, and friends that probably have been, on every single spectrum of the situation. But I just want to say that when you see everything that's going on with this situation, if it doesn't invoke any emotion in you, then are you even a human being? Because no kind of hatred for any person or anything. Like I don't care what color you are. When I see this, these kind of situations happen, it wouldn't matter if they was black or white. Like the young white guy, I forget the city, and for right now I can't remember his name. But I've been sharing it for like the longest. I shared it in 2017 when it happened. He was in the hallway. The police officer, it was a white officer. You know, this is white on white crime, but it's also blue on white crime. I watched him gun him down in the hallway, and I just seen the kid's fear the entire time. Mm-hmm. And for me, that was like I mean, I've been scared in those moments, so I know I've been in a moment where I've had to interact with police officers, and it's invoked so much emotion in me that it was really hard for me to kind of think like in a logical manner. And I'm normally a very logical thinking person, you know, just kind of watching that fear act out, and then watching this kid. I mean, for me, he's younger than me. He's like maybe 20 or less or whatever. But watching him be, you know, you can see his fear on camera. It was like you, like,
yeah, right. Yeah, you can hear it in his voice. You can hear his voice.
Yeah. He was saying, "I'm scared," and he's like, "You make a mistake, I'm gonna shoot you. You're gonna die tonight." Like, you know, they even found that on his weapon. It said like, "You're fucked." You know, that was the inscription that he had on his weapon. I'm not saying that makes him guilty automatically, but you know, it's just a lack of humanity, I think. Like, like you can't even be in war as a soldier these days and do anything like that. You're gonna get the hammer and the gavel and all that. Right. Yeah. It don't matter if you're getting shot at, and then they throw their weapon down. You cannot do those kind of things. And this guy was unarmed. He was trying to crawl and follow instructions, and they just gunned him down in the hallway.
Right. Yeah. Right. And it's crazy because the officer was trying to get him to follow instructions, but he yelling at him like, "You scaring!" Like you could tell he's scared anyway. But like you could easily de-escalate the situation by calming down, but you invoking fear in him by like you yelling and like he's like scared already. Like, man, what you want me to do? Right, but you just like, I said, put your hands up, like. They crawl to me like, bro, what, you confusing? Yeah, like, he's scared anyway. Like, bro, you keep saying different things.
Yeah, he
like,
was like, put your legs up, do this. I was like, cross your legs and crawl, like.
Yeah, crawl to me. Like
it was really awkward.
Yeah, it was,
and just his level of aggression. Like, I'm like, I was thinking like, you know, it was bad. It was bad. It's really hard to. That was one of the worst ones I seen.
Right. Yeah, and all lives matter, people. If y'all seen that, y'all should feel how black people feel when you see this white officer gun this white guy down in cold blood. And he unarmed, he wasn't doing anything wrong. He totally had the situation under control, but yet and still you gotta like feel like you're a badass and you yelling at this man. He's scared already. Like you can tell he's scared. Yeah, but you wanna do your superiority, like I'm in charge of the situation. Here. Don't one more wrong move, and I'm fuck you up, like bro, like calm, like that's what I understand.
Like there's no like I'm not saying all of them don't. Like if I don't, I'm talking. This is a freestyle. I am not trying to. I mean, I am not. First of all, I'm not gonna be super concerned about people's feelings or how they feel. No. A blue life is not a blue life. In the words of the lady who was talking about Karen earlier, it is a fucking blue shirt. Yeah. You know, you take that shit off at the end of the day. It's not who you are. It's what you do.
Yeah, and I want to say this guy, Nicholas Strong, I went to school with him. My brother has had an interaction with him on Facebook, and he was talking about he support everybody. Black lives matter, blue lives matter, all lives matter, but blue lives is not a fucking thing, because when you clock out of your shift, your blue life is off. It's in the locker room. Like, blue life is not, you don't live this life 24 hours a day. I can't take this black life off. Like this, I can't say, oh, I'm gonna be white today, or tomorrow I'm gonna take this black skin off. I'm gonna be white. I can't do that. If blue lives, and if you think a police officer that's black gonna be treated any different when he take their uniform off and some police roll up on him in his car and he don't got his blue life on, they're not gonna think about this.
It's been proven that it don't work that way.
Right? Yeah. Just like I seen the clip of this.
You better have that badge on you and be like, hey.
Right, yeah, I'm officer
so-and-so.
0245. Yeah, like that shit don't matter. Like they're not gonna say.
They might even think it's fake. You might not even.
Exactly. Just like I seen a clip of these police. They roll up on the FBI agent.
Oh, I seen that.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
black guy. Yeah, like he like, bro, what is y'all doing? Like, he like, okay, I'm an agent. Like, they didn't believe him. Like, like it's just crazy. Cause
and then when they finally saw his credentials, they wanted to be like, oh.
Right, yeah. Like, first of all, when they see your black skin, you just a black person. They don't care about your credentials, about what you got going, your accolades, your net worth,
and
your
they'll let
money.
you fit a description. It don't even matter if it was 15 miles away.
Oh,
They're gonna be like, oh, they said he having a white t-shirt and blue jeans. Like,
yeah.
like they don't mean, like that ain't a bunch of us at one point in time.
Right, yeah. That's your black ass. So we gonna
that's 500 of y'all within a 15-mile radius.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's just crazy.
But, what back to your initial point, so you were saying, because I was gonna touch on that. You said Nicholas Strong. I mean, we went into that.
Well, yeah, he talking about he support all.
Okay, so yeah. I wanted to say I factually disagree. It was a joke, and I just missed that poorly because I wanted. he went to talk and he ruined my joke, man. I was gonna say there is such thing as blue lives. And there are Smurfs, and there are Avatar.
Right, exactly.
Disney and whoever the hell owns Smurfs.
Right, yeah. Right. If you're talking blue lives, that's who blue lives we're talking about. They skin blue.
Man, you ruined my joke.
The Blue Man Group.
The Blue Man Group, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Other than that, I don't want to hear shit about no blue lives, because blue lives don't matter because you're not blue all the time. Yeah. Unless you're a cartoon.
And I mean, can we even get to the bottom of Black Lives Matters? When you talk about the definition, it is not saying that other lives don't matter. It's saying that these are lives that, based on what is going on in society, that are devalued. So you're saying Black Lives Matter to let you know that even though society is saying that you don't matter, we're saying that you do. Right.
And it needs to be brought to the forefront at this time. Like,
yes.
We need to matter to everybody right now, because to a lot of people, we don't matter.
And it's hunting grounds. It's hunting season against blacks. And for all intents and purposes, I am championing that cause, and I still say that police brutality is a problem for Americans. Like, if you're an American citizen, you should not enjoy watching this kind of shit happen. When I see people say that and they're like, I'm a patriot, no the fuck you aren't. There's no way that you're a patriot and you are for this country, and you can sit there and watch these people that are supposed to protect us, you know, sworn to serve and protect. They're not doing any of that.
Yeah, you know, uphold the law. But you're breaking the fucking law.
Yeah, right? while upholding the law, you know. You're jaywalking, so now I am going to, you know, you Elijah Wood, you're going to going to the gas station, making a purchase, and walking home. But because you are different and have on a ski mask, which I think is, you know, that is questionable in itself for any human being, regardless of race. But at no point in watching that video did I think that those police officers tried to engage him as a human being and actually. I don't know if it's, you know. I mean, you could tell he was black, but I mean, upon approaching him, there was at no point did it seem like they wanted to de-escalate that situation. It was like okay, we got you. We got a call about you. You know, the caller didn't even say they had a weapon. And in the news that I seen, now if somebody seen something they said he had a weapon, then that's different from me.
No, I heard the call. It said like they called him about him, but then they said, well, I don't see any sketchy, you know.
And I said Elijah Wood, correct me. That's the character from one of those J.R. Tolkien movies, but Elijah was his first name. The violinist.
Yeah, but it's like they called the police, but then was like, well, I don't see any sketchy activity or nothing. But like, so what are you calling them for anyway? Like that's the first thing that y'all fuck up at. Why do you have to call the police on somebody that's black?
He got on a ski mask, and I seen him walking down the street. He's walking with bags in his hand,
He didn't have a gun out.
On the curb.
He didn't have a sword.
He's not walking in the middle of the street.
Right. He was minding
outside
his
of
business.
having a ski mask, he was just minding his business, walking down the street. Now, I get that may be like something that you may be skeptical about, like, that's a little fishy. But in that moment, you approach the guy like, okay, he said he had his headphones on. He even said that, he's like, hey, I had my music on. I was trying to cut it off. He's trying to talk to them. And you can, I don't know. Maybe it's because I've had experiences with people that are different or like introverts. And I consider myself semi-introvert, I seen him in his voice. I read the transcript and I knew he was different. And then watching the video, although it was very painful to watch, and the police officers didn't get to see everything that we saw as far as the violence in the store. I'm like, he reminded me of a family member, and I'm like, my kids are different. I'm like, man, they could be one of them, right? With his anime and shit and stuff. But
right, and like the police have a problem with once you confront a person. Like, you can judge on if this person is a threat to you, if they being violent, if they being confrontational, but they just automatically assume everybody is a thug. They gonna confront them. They gonna start something. Like, if you would have just sat there and talked to this guy, like, okay, we're gonna stop you, but just gonna talk, see what's going on. Somebody's called us about you. Like, you can evaluate the situation and then just say, okay, this guy.
Like, all it takes is 2 minutes.
Walk home.
Yeah.
Like, we'll follow you home.
Yeah. I mean, even if I'm outside, I'm like, okay, we leave our cars there or whatever. I can walk with you and still talk with you.
Right.
Like, in that situation.
To make sure you get to your house
like, hey, look,
safely.
Yeah. Like, hey, where do you live? I'm sorry, we got this call, or just see what's going on. Like, it seems like at no point from what we see visually are they trying to de-escalate these situations. Mm-hmm. And then there's always the he grabbed your, and then he said, I think he grabbed your gun.
Right, they put that on tape. Just
they want to say that
to make sure they can do some stupid shit.
Yeah.
He
heard what I said, and then they just repeat it. And then the same guy who said, I think he grabbed, because the guy whose gun was grabbed didn't say anything.
Yeah.
The guy kept supposedly grabbed, allegedly grabbed. So they kept saying, he said, I think he grabbed your gun, which wasn't visible on the video that we saw from the angle that we saw. Mm-hmm. And then he repeated it again. And then when other people came, when they was like, once they gave him the ketamine and he passed away, we passed away. He was brain dead. They said he was brain dead 3 days later, but he pretty much died right there on the scene. They revived him and was just able to give him oxygen to still transport him to the hospital. But they pretty much killed him right there in that moment. And then I don't know why police officers are the ones that are giving the EMTs the word, or like, what kind of medical training do you guys have to say, give this guy ketamine? And it's like, he's really strong. That guy was like 125 pounds soaking wet.
Right, yeah.
So if you motherfuckers are just that weak that you can't fucking handle a kid that was that tiny, that's pretty fucking crazy to me in itself.
It's just stupid, man. Like, the police just like, and then I'm on Twitter. Twitter crazy with all these. Everybody just spew their thoughts out in the tweet and all that shit, and they we don't know what they was gonna do. All cops are not bad. There's some good cops out here, but where are these good cops when the bad cops are acting bad? They not never around. They working another shift. They on another part of town. Like, where are these good cops at? That's what I want to know. Where are the good cops when the bad cops
are doing what they're doing?
Yeah. So,
or they might not exist. That might be a reality.
Right? Yeah. Was one of those 4 cops with George Floyd a good cop? Like,
there's been times where I've done things. That I've seen things happen to people. Even racial things to people that look like me. And at some point, I just felt like, I had a young baby, You know, the military check don't last forever, and when you be in that shit, it'd be like, you know, you just gotta do what you gotta do to survive for yourself. Mm-hmm. So at some point, I was like, you know, like I gotta just make sure that me and my kids, you know, well, one kid at a time, but me and my son is straight, you know. Mm-hmm. So I've like, hey, because I know if I go ahead and support this, it's gonna be taken out on me later. Yeah. And I kind of get the fear that they may have. But that doesn't give them any excuse, because I mean, still they have a better legal approach with the resources that they have than a regular citizen has. Like people say, they talk about the no snitching code, but the cops got the same code. They don't tell on each other.
Right.
And then you think that people, like with all this crime that's going on, you think that people are going to be out here like, oh, let me go out here and tell on this person when the police ain't serving and protecting us. And then ain't nobody in our community gonna probably help me out because of the fear that you may get retribution from both sides. And then sometimes you get leaks, and it may be the police officers that's selling information. I mean, we from Chicago. Chicago has a very, very, very corrupt history with cops. Mm-hmm. You don't believe me? Look it up. No offense to anybody I know personally. It's just what it is, you know. Yeah.
Oh, no, I wanted to bring this up. I forgot. We usually do our pre-meeting about, you know, a podcast where we're going to talk about shit, but I forgot to bring this up to my brother. So I'll bring it up now. Like I said, we just freestyling going in. Me and my brother were in the military, U.S. Army. And, you know, Another hot topic around the country is, well, I guess now it's being brought back up with Kaepernick and the NFL doing the we sorry, we didn't listen to the peaceful protests and all this and everything. But people automatically just assume like the military is this perfect world, everything is patriotic, everybody's the same, it's this big, everybody gets along, it's the end all be all to patriotism. Like, do y'all know that the military is racist too? Do y'all not know that? Like,
they don't know that.
It's racism within the military, and it's like we get treated differently from white soldiers. Like, I mean, it's been going on for years. Like, there's not nothing new from World War I to Civil War. Like, the military is not like this. Everything y'all make it out to be, and this flag is so prestigious, and like, that's not the way it is. Like,
yeah. And a person of color gonna probably definitely be more disadvantaged than a Caucasian person. Oh. And a woman is gonna be more disadvantaged than both.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion.
Yeah,
we see what's going on with the sexual assault and the violence against women, mm-hmm. and it's terrible.
Yeah. But we get passed over for promotions. I did myself. You know, being able to go to school in advance. PLDC?
Yeah.
You know, going to school to be a sergeant. I got passed over for it a couple times, you know, but I mean, it's just like people just like the flag, like, you know, Kaepernick kneel. He was actually told to kneel by a veteran. Yeah. Yeah, so it wasn't like he was just. He told him that was more respectful than just sitting down on the sideline. He said, if you kneel.
They don't care about veterans anyway. So even the people that
they don't.
We know they don't give a fuck about us.
Yeah.
Like when I was out there, you know, I went out on Veterans Day. I was out there feeding the homeless, and most of the homeless people that I met were veterans. These kind of things.
Yeah, that's another issue.
They don't care about us.
Right. Yeah.
People want to pretend like they care about veterans because they want to prop up the flag. Like
they use
I can never care about an inanimate object as much as I care about a human being.
Yeah.
Like watching somebody's soul leave their body on camera by the people that are supposed to protect. Like I would have looked at. I never even know. Like obviously, honestly, the girl from the west side of Chicago kind of got a different view of police, but. You know, I've never really garnered that kind of disgust for a profession. I I mean, but I view it just like I view the military. I know people, y'all want to champion us. You know, we got shitty people in the fucking military, just like, you know, it's fucking rapists in there, it's fucking creeps in there. Like, you can tell by the sexual assault and the rape and violence rate against women that, you know, we're not all, you know, just because they wear the green uniform and got the flag on their shoulder, don't make them fucking good human beings.
Yeah.
I do support my veterans. It's a lot of good people that put on the uniform, but you know, what you wear doesn't make you a good person, and that's just like a segue to the police officer situation. I don't know why they are viewed in this light when, you know, at the end of the day, these people are still human beings. They still are akin to fault, just like the rest of us. But you know, like, you murder a human being and you get the standard amount of time that the law sets. You murder a cop, or you have an egregious act against the cop, and the penalty is worse. Like, it's not even like, what does this make sense? They murder somebody, get, you know, like the situation that we were talking about with a young man that was killed in a hotel hallway. He was the guy who was fired. They rehired him so he can get his pension and retire. Like, that kind of shit doesn't happen in the military. You're going to be breaking big rocks into small rocks in Leavenworth for the rest of your life.
Right,
if you kill somebody in war or something. Like I don't understand any of it. I'm trying to get a better understanding. I want to keep saying that not all cops are bad, and we know that, just so the naysayers will be quiet when they listen to us, and listen to us for a little bit longer, because maybe they might learn something, and maybe you get somebody else's pain. And please stop using black on black violence as a deflection against police brutality, because we are not the only ones. First of all, we are not the only ones getting killed by cops. White people get killed by cops more. There are more of you in this country, so the rate is a little bit higher for blacks. So that's why we say Black Lives Matter. Yes, we know about the violence in our community, and we have organizations that are protesting that. I get equally disgusted when I see those things. That's why I made my post recently on Facebook that I made public about sharing, you know, about police doing better at trying to reach out to the community, and the community being accountable. And sometimes, you know, you gotta, I don't like to use the word snitching, but, you know, we gotta work with those people and utilize the resources that we have within our community to be able to get these crimes solved. Because 1-year-old babies getting shot is not the move, like, for anybody. Like, we need to make sure that these people are being held accountable, and I want the cops to be held accountable, because I hold them to a higher regard than I hold somebody from the neighborhood. Because I expect, like, hey, when this is going wrong, we should be able to call y'all and expect y'all to come do, you know, hold us down or whatever. I do have a respect for the profession, because I know that I cannot make some of the decisions that are required of a police officer in the moment. But I also know that, me being me, I will try to deflect something before I turn up. You know, if I can avoid the interaction that leads to any kind of escalation, because I'm not even going to say having to kill somebody, but anything that leads to any kind of aggressiveness that can get somebody hurt, I am more often than not, going to try to make sure that I can cool the situation. And when I see this kind of stuff, you know, I'm just like, yeah, honestly, I was just going to go. I mean, I applied, I passed the test, I passed the fitness test, and I just stopped going to interviews, because a part of me was like, is this for me? Well, I want to help, I want to do my part, but what can I help best? You know, if this is not, you know, it's an internal struggle that I have with trying to figure out where should I go to make to help out the most. You know, I want to be able to have the biggest impact that I can on everything. I thought, like, showing that there was good officers, and then trying to maybe work from within. And if I had to snitch on people or tell on people to, you know, hold people accountable for their rights or wrongs against America. Because at the end of the day, we're all American citizens, and this shit pains me no matter what color. When I see, you know, like, we supposed to be out here, it's like, it's no different. Like, for me personally, like, the things that I dislike the most in the world and the society these people that are supposed to protect you that don't. So whether it's your parents, whether it's your teachers or your coaches, whether with kids and stuff, the violence that we see, the sexual assault, whether it's anybody that's in a position where they, the elderly homes, when you see the nurses and stuff abusing them, like when these people are all in positions of power where they are propped up and they have they're in a position where they can take advantage of people and hurt them. And often it's weaker people or people that aren't able to defend themselves, based on legality. Like those people often get away with it because it's easier for them based on how society perceives them. And the way we perceive police is the biggest problem, I think. Like, because we just think, oh, they're good. Like, these people telling them to do this. It's a thankless job, but not everybody. Some people just do things and have different motivations. We see that time and time again. The North Carolina thing was brutal. Like seeing the audio and hearing the audio and seeing the transcript of the police officer in North Carolina saying like, "Oh, we should just go kill these niggas." I knew it was a thing. We knew it was happening. Yeah. But the fact that it was recorded.
Right.
And I still see people defending it.
Right. And police, okay, the black on black crime narrative, like, I wish people would stop saying that, bringing that up. I posted about it on Facebook, and it's like, okay, we know that's a thing. Black people kill black people. White people kill white people. Spanish people kill Spanish people. Asian people kill Asian.
Neighbors kill neighbors.
Right. You live in a proximity. You're not going to travel to do a crime. You're going to do the crime where you at.
Yeah.
So you're doing it within close proximity of where you live. Like, this not like, but black on black, that's the only phrase that you hear. Like, so we need to stop saying that shit. We know it exists.
Everybody need to stop saying that shit.
Right. And
tell your friends to stop saying that shit.
Exactly. So
stop saying. Now, if you got a solution, then say that shit. Say, hey, look, black on black violence is a problem, but here's what I think we can do.
Yeah.
If you're not starting the conversation off with that, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. It definitely needs to be addressed.
It does.
But we talking about, okay, don't tell me about no black on black crime shit when you got officers that are being paid to uphold the law that are killing black people on camera. Like, they don't give a fuck. They just doing the shit. They don't give a damn about people seeing them because they know 9 times out of 10 they're going to get away with it. They're not going to have no consequence. If I kill somebody that's black, I'm going to get a lot of time. I'm going to be sitting behind bars for a lot of years. And it's not going to be I'm not going to get paid administrative leave. I'm not going to be found innocent. It's not going to be a technicality.
They're going to hit your ass with the book.
Right, yeah.
And a pedophile going to get 5 years.
Right. So stop saying like, oh, we know the police kill black people, but what about black on black crime? That's not.
Fact of the matter is, if you care anything about this, right here, I'm pointing to that U.S. flag in New Jersey. If you care anything about that, you should care about American. We always say this, like, some white people, because I got a lot of white friends who out there with the struggle. Y'all out there with us now saying Black Lives Matter, and I support all of you. And I got white friends and associates that I know who are like, all lives matter, blue lives matter, who are on the other side of the spectrum. Yeah. And I say friends and associates because I still keep people around. I don't remove people because of, I'm not with the cancel culture thing. As long as you don't disrespect my friends or family or offend nobody, then I usually just let people stay around. But if you can support the flag and you're supporting America, if you truly, first, the stars and bars, that rebel flag shit, that's not American, erase that. You could definitely cancel that culture. But if you support the American flag and you support Americans, you should be all about, the Constitution and the rights that it gives us as Americans. You should be all about supporting your fellow American patriots, because if we out here doing the good work, you know, for all these rich folks to make the money that they make. We all on the same boat, and the sooner y'all realize we all on the same boat, then everything will be a little bit better in this world. But the fact of the matter is that people say that they support this country, they say that they're about Americans, and in reality, they're just about an idea that props white supremacy up above everybody else. Because there is no way that, I don't hear anybody say anything about white people getting killed by cops until a black person is killed.
Yeah.
White people that champion, that champion Blue Lives Matter, and that they only say that to tear down the argument that blacks are being killed, that Black Lives Matter, and then the same people that use black on black violence. It's the same concept from the same people. It's all meant to pull something down or to devalue a movement. If you cared about and honestly, I still think it's a little bit different, because I think because there are less of us, black people feel like, hey, I could be next, and there's so many white people, and they feel, and the people that are above the station of the white people who are typically targeted, they don't feel like they could be a target, so they don't see these white people that are murdered as one of their own. Like they don't have that idea, like, this is my brother. It's like, you like, damn, like that could be family, that could be me. You know,
right.
When you see a black person get killed.
Right.
When I see a white person get killed, I feel the same way. I still feel fucked up about it. I feel a little bit, it hit me a little bit more, but white people don't care. Some white people don't care.
Yeah.
The ones who are trying to tear down the movement, those are the white people I'm referring to. Those are the ones that don't care whether it's a white person that get killed or a black person that get killed. Everything is status quo. They're about moving on. They really just about other shit. Like, I don't even know what they actually stand for, other than white supremacy and upholding that and propping it up. Because it doesn't make any sense for me personally for you to care about your country and you think that it's okay that your American citizen and your fellow American citizens are getting gunned down in the streets. Because it's white people, it's black people, it's Spanish people, it's Native American, it's all of us. The whole country is getting killed.
Right, yeah.
And they're getting away with it. When we as regular citizens, regular broke citizens are doing things, we don't get away with any of that, you know. Now, sometimes faulty cases and things like that may support, what people may get off bad lawyers and the lack of equity in certain communities, where people may get off for some things and some people may get sentenced harder. Yes, that does happen. But more often than not, most police officers are going to get away with these situations. But I did want to make a key point that the biggest thing that I think that needs to be acknowledged, and I'm really proud of everybody else who is not a person of color or minority, and I do support other people of color for this, but I really want to champion the white folks, because you guys have the most to lose, because you have to denounce your privilege and let people know that you are with us as fellow Americans, fellow black Americans and Americans, because it is. I would think that. I mean, like I said, even as a black person who's ignored another black person's struggle at one point in time when they were being racially discriminated against racially, I had a privilege at that point because I had the ability to just ignore it, to not to advance myself or anything, but it allowed me to be able to ignore something. When the person needed my help. It's a long story, military stuff, but I didn't help out a person that I should have helped out, and I really felt bad, long term. And as I've grown and I've learned, it's really kind of eating me up, because I'm like, I'm these people. It's just the fact that y'all can call them Karens or they a few lighter shades than me, but at one point in time, I've been that person too. So I can say from the same space that we all need to do better, and silence is guilt, because if you're not speaking against something, then you basically are part of the problem. I mean, yeah, but I really want to thank all the white people that are out there risking themselves. Some people may say it don't mean much, for y'all to go out there and be out there with us, but I love the diversity of the protests.
Yeah, I mean, because it's needed. Like, we need it can't be just all black people, 100% black people at the protest. Because, like, if it's just black people, they're going to say, oh, that's just y'all complaining about it. Like, we need white people, Mexicans, Asians, we need everybody.
And support.
I went to the protest in Chattanooga, downtown, Chattanooga, Tennessee, about 2 weeks ago. So it was a lot of different races, a lot of different people down there, and it was just like everybody was just on one accord, and it was like Black Lives Matter, like we tired of the police. They was yelling at the police all. It was just a nice scene, like to see, like, damn, there's some white people that feel like we feel. We tired of this shit. Like, enough is enough. We tired of this shit. Y'all need to stop fucking doing this shit. Like, it was some Asian people. They actually, gave me a bottle of water. They had their signs up, and they was just like, we stand with y'all. We're gonna fight just like y'all fighting. I'm like, man, like I said, we need different people, different races, all fighting against this shit, because that makes it look better. And maybe they'll listen when they say, damn, it's Asian people, it's white people. Like, damn,
the only way
everybody concerned about this. Like, it ain't just black people. Like,
the only way we're gonna do this shit is a collective, like he's saying. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, even though we say, or the theory or the conversation surrounds white supremacy, there are people that are maybe the society, the part of society that benefits from this destruction and hate and everything that's going on is not the people that are fighting for equality. Mm-hmm. Like, we are all out here, and we should all be out here because we don't have equality. It's people that's hating on us right now and hating on the situation that's going on when they should probably be standing next to us in line because they're going to be next up. Yeah. Like, I see so many poor people that are in the same boat, but they are voting certain ways. Now, I don't care about politics and how you vote, but they are voting for an ideology that's really dead. They support a system that really don't care about them because they think they're better than us. But in reality, we're all in the same boat. Right, it's been two sides against the middle. And then the moment we finally cut these birds' wing off, the left and the right, and find a good space in the center, that's when we'll all actually probably be able to come one. Or until we all get so blended because racial until race is, I'm not even trying to pronounce it right. Until race is indisguisable to the point where you can't tell who is what, which may be 1,500 years, 1,200 years, 2,000 years. That's when you're going to have a problem. But then eventually, it's already a money class war, but eventually it'll be something else. That'll be like curly hair people versus the non-curly hair people. Yeah. But back to the point. The protests is a very American thing. It is rooted in our culture and our policy. The foundation of this country was, we came here because of the Boston situation with the Tea Party and the Boston Massacre and everything that led to the separation from England. Because we were a colony at one point, and now we're an entire country, the free world, as people say. And the fact that we are here now is a beautiful thing. It's a collective in itself. We have so many cultures. It is a melting pot. But until we start to actually absorb these cultures and actually allow them to still hold on to their values and value the people from all over the planet that are here, we won't actually be united. And we need to all get together and just refuse this society that is being thrown upon us. Right now, this is the perfect time for the takeover. I'm not promoting anti-government stuff. I'm not an anarchist, but I think that when we all come together and unite is when the country will change, whether it's via voting or whatever. But I do think that I want to say that formally we do not support looting. We don't support stealing. We don't support rioting. Fundamentally, we are both against those things. I would say that, we both care about small business owners. We want them to be able to excel as much as they can. We know how hard the struggle is. We were both born from it, lived in it, and bred from it. It's, we've all been through that. But what I
want to interrupt real quick.
Go ahead, interrupt me then. Shit.
If you want to loot at Target or Walmart, big corporations like that, I understand. Do your thing.
I was gonna say with that, but yeah.
But
I don't particularly care about big box stores and businesses. I really don't. Yeah. I'm not gonna tell you guys to do what I want.
Small mom and pop organizations, businesses like that. Leave them people alone.
Definitely.
The big ones who ain't gonna miss out on it. Hey, that's what you want to do. Yeah. Have at it.
And if you selling steaks or Jordans, you know what I'm saying? You got that thing, hit me up. Hey, but I've been seeing y'all marking people up online. I know all y'all didn't buy this stuff. So if I know you stole it, you give it to me for a discount, I'm gonna call the police. I'm snitching. Call me 6'9". Holla at me. But yeah, for real, on a serious note, yeah, definitely not with that stuff. So just do the right thing, man. And you, I do want to address these people. I don't know if these people will ever view our podcast because we're such a small entity at this moment. But if you happen to view this and you're out there just doing shit because you're angry because your mom didn't let you have a fruit snack or something, I see these kids because they like destroying shit. They some people saying they're white supremacists. Some people saying they what's the other thing called? President Trump just made them what do you call
nationals?
So there was a new terrorist group. The thing, Antifa.
Oh
yeah. So if you're part of that and you're out there saying Black Lives Matter, come on, bro. Come on, y'all. We already got it hard enough out here.
Yeah.
Damn. Take y'all ass to that little bitty ass Washington town that done went from being a free world to terrorizing people already. Chom or whatever it is.
Chaz,
yeah. Come on now.
Well, shit, they done tore that shit down, man.
They do it down?
Oh, yeah.
I ain't watching. I was like, shit. I knew that shit was coming through. I was surprised they didn't get that far.
Right.
Hey.
It was some dude.
That was a small win.
Yeah.
Semi fucked up, but a small win for showing that, hey, some of y'all extremist people on the conservative side will be like, hey, we need to hold on these guns in case we gotta fight the government.
Yeah.
Hey, they took some shit over, and those was liberals. Right, let those liberals do that like that, I'm just saying.
Right, and a police station.
Right.
Like, damn, they took that shit over.
I know I don't need to dress this, but because I know y'all seen the videos. These, I'm gonna say it anyway. Everybody's saying these black people are destroying everything, blah, blah, blah. Y'all see all the videos with the white people. Destroying shit and throwing firebombs. Somebody threw a firebomb at a car with 4 police officers in it or something like that. It was a white woman. But I'm just saying, go Google white people destroying shit, 2020 George Floyd protest, and you will see all of the shit. It's not just a specific race. Everybody's fucking mad. Y'all need to get y'all shit together, America.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, before I forget, we just want to say rest in peace, George Floyd. Rest in peace, Tiana Taylor, Eric Gardner. The first I Can't Breathe. It seemed like it's repeating itself. History. Breonna Taylor. Atiana Jefferson, R.I.P. List goes on and on. Sandra Bland, R.I.P. All the people Ahmaud Arbery, all the lives that were taken by police that was supposed to be upholding the law and fucking breaking the law, killing black people. We just want to say R.I.P. to all those people. we trying to fight for justice. We signing petitions. I've signed a couple myself. R.I.P. Mike Brown. Can't forget about Mike Brown. I mean, it's just, I mean, the list goes on and on. You know,
my leg's swole on this camera.
It's been going. Yeah, it's just been going on for years and years and years, and hopefully this shit stop. We just want the police to be held accountable. That's all we want.
That's all we want. Like, honestly, if you got a heart, if you got any kind of heart, if you care about human beings, first of all, start by caring about black human beings like you care about your dogs, and we'll be straight. Dead ass. Care about black human beings like y'all care about these motherfucking dogs. Yeah. I love animals, by the way. You know, Peter, don't cancel us yet. We don't even got 5 followers.
Yeah, Mike Vick went to prison for 2 years.
Longer than these cops. And that cop who just killed George Floyd was at the grocery store chilling.
Yeah, I mean, just like
chilling.
Come on, man.
He looked so defeated. He looked like.
I seen a meme that said Mike Vick served more time for killing dogs than the last 100-something officers for killing unarmed black people put together. But it's just sad, man. Like,
it truly is.
We just want justice. Prosecute these police.
Hey, first of all, yeah, facts. What he said. Y'all, I know y'all want us to shut the fuck up. Y'all don't even want us to talk about racism. Y'all don't want to talk about slavery. Y'all don't want us to talk about the Tulsa massacre. Y'all don't want us to talk about the Guatemala Project. Y'all don't want us to talk about Black Wall Street. Yeah. Tulsa massacre. That's what I was saying when I said Black Wall Street. Yeah. Y'all don't want us to talk about the syphilis with the Tuskegee Project. Y'all don't want us to talk about nothing that happened to us. We should be quiet and silent. Y'all don't want to hear our pain. Period. So. Why don't y'all shut us the fuck up by starting to pass legislation that holds these cops accountable? Right. Please. We will shut the fuck. We will shut all the way the fuck up. Right. Hey, I'd rather fight for some jobs and struggle a little bit in that kind of atmosphere versus worried about telling my son, hey, this how you gotta approach it, dog. It's different. We gotta have different conversations with our kids, and that's just not appropriate. Yep. I was crying trying to have this conversation with my kid and explaining certain things to him. He sent me TikTok videos of people getting killed and people making fun of it, and him saying, that shit is fucking crazy. Like even if you don't even talk about the actual accident, let's say the murder of an individual isn't racist, it's just a fear of a cop who was poorly trained. Now my son is sharing me videos on TikTok that are people making a mockery of a black person being killed. Mm-hmm. That is fucking sad.
Yeah, I seen a George Floyd challenge. Come on, bro. People kneeling on people's neck.
I got a 12-year-old
that's funny.
Explaining that shit. That shit crazy.
Right, they make a mockery of us. I seen somebody took a picture at a protest. A little black guy holding a sign that said, y'all kill our dance and then make fun of us for being not having that. Yeah. And that shit true though. Damn, y'all taking people fathers away from their sons, their daughters. You taking a uncle away that could have steered somebody in the right direction. You taking a brother away from somebody, a cousin away from somebody's favorite cousin. For nothing. Can we just want to live, man. We want to do the same thing y'all doing. We want to work, go to work, save some money, go on vacation, chill out.
And help this country at the end of the day.
That's all we want to do, man.
If we work, we propelling this country forward just like y'all are. We paying taxes, we doing what we got to do.
We just want to enjoy the fruit of our labor just like y'all doing.
Exactly.
We want to take our kids to the beach, chill out. We not going to cause no trouble. We just trying to live just like y'all living, enjoy life just like y'all enjoying it. But we gotta worry about if we get stopped for speeding that we might not make it home. We get a broken tail light, we might not make it home. Damn, just let us live, man. That's all we want to do. We just want to live. That's it.
Do Did we touch everything that we briefly discussed this before? I do want to say that I'm going to share a brief story. I'm going to keep it short as possible. When my dad sees this, he can probably comment on it. But I'm not even going to go into full detail. We did nothing wrong illegally. My father, my 2-year-old son at the time, and myself, we were going to go bowling on Father's Day. It was like 2010, I think 2010-ish, around there. In Chicago, we passed up a bowling alley. Went to go make a U-turn, but we ended up turning in the parking lot of an abandoned business parking lot, and then we turned around to go back to the bowling alley, and they pulled us over. 2 cops. It was a good cop, bad cop scenario. But we were profiled and were victims of prejudice, and we had a cop point a gun at our heads with my 2-year-old son in the back of the car. I mean, he still doesn't remember it to this day. He says he has a vague memory of the situation. I think it had to be 2011-ish, because I had already came back from Afghanistan, 2011, 2012-ish. But the situation got out of control for no reason. Nobody was being aggressive, and eventually the good cop told the other cop, the shitty cop, the bad cop, to go back to the car. And then he apologized to afterwards, because I had just shipped my car back from Germany. They said that a lot of people had these stolen plates and were stealing these plates from people, and they didn't think I was a veteran. I showed them my foreign shipping plates. I showed them my military ID. I showed them my German license. But they chastised me. Well, not he. And then the one cop was just being shady the entire time, but had the gun out on us, pointed at my head, pointed at my son's head, pointed at my father's head. And that this is before this. I mean, it wasn't before. Violence against black people has been an American thing, so it wasn't before that. But it was a scary moment because I hadn't been in a situation like this, and I'm thinking and I had at that moment thought maybe, we all do that. We get, you get pulled over by a cop show my veteran ID, I'm gonna be straight. Even if you're in the wrong, you probably might be straight sometimes. But we hadn't done anything, and they attacked me because my plates were different than they had seen. They didn't think they could have belonged to me. And then when I showed them my credentials, the one guy was still abrasive. And then the good cop had to send him to his vehicle to get him to calm down. And, he apologized, said he was a vet. He said he was just kind of concerned because he did hear about a lot of fake foreign plates, but they were like foreign shipping plates, and you get 60 days to I think it's 60 days, 60 days to get to get regular plates once you get your vehicle shipped back. But this is where I first got back from Germany in 2012, and it was just a crazy moment because I was trying to rationalize everything, but I was also having severe anxiety and a panic attack in the moment. And I told the good officer, the guy who was actually being somewhat and I say good because not because I'm saying whether he's a good or bad person, but he was the only person that in that moment. And I think it just because maybe because he was a veteran, maybe because he was a good person. I don't know what it was, but he was the only person whose energy was put towards de-escalating the situation. That could have got a lot worse. I don't know. I wanted to get out of the car. I felt like I couldn't breathe. The windows were down. But, I was having a panic attack. It's like an irrational fear. And I was really struggling with the moment. And for me, I'm trying to rationalize why is this guy treating us like this? And I'm thinking my son in the backseat, in the car seat. Like this is crazy. And I couldn't rationalize what was going on. It was just really hard for me to kind of to do anything. I couldn't breathe. Nobody was kneeling on my chest. I wasn't George Floyd in that moment. But I mean, although I have had a George Floyd moment that I happened to survive, shout out to my kid's mom because she probably saved my life in that moment. But I've had these moments where I've been approached by cops and it's been all bad experiences. Like I can probably count, like if I got 50, I probably got 25 experiences with cops, and then like maybe like a quarter are decent experiences. And decent just means that I was treated like a law-abiding citizen.
Right, yeah.
Like, oh, you was speeding, you went 5 miles over. I don't mean like they gave me any kind of favoritism. I mean that these people treated me fucking horribly in 75% of my experiences. And then in 25% of my experiences, they did not do anything that wasn't normal. And it's crazy that I gotta look at it like that, but I've been, and it's not just, I'm not like the whole narrative where people say media and white officers do this. These were, I mean, I've had a gun pulled in my head by a Puerto Rican officer, and it was whether a white female was at the back, but it was a Puerto Rican officer and a white officer in Chicago, and he was offended that I cut him off because they were having a conversation and cruising down the street at lower than the speed limit speed while holding up 2 lanes. Like you're driving and having a conversation with a fellow officer, and I drive in the next available lane and move over and move in front of y'all, and then you pull me over. And then this is around the same time with the plate thing. After I first got back, and then he tried to mention that, and then say he was a veteran too, but he didn't know where the plates came from. Like, how you a veteran? You don't know nothing about foreign shipping plates. But he put a gun on my head, and he was like, cops get killed in Chicago every day. Why should my life be more valuable than yours? And I was like, I'm asking you the same thing because you got a gun pointed in my head, and I got a McDonald's sandwich in my hand. These are daily experiences, and it took me a while to realize that because I had been in the military in a way around the world for a while to come back to that kind of environment to where people just always view you as your threat. Like he literally pulled me over for speed. Like he pulled somebody over for speeding because I wasn't speeding. My Monte Carlo wouldn't go that fast from light to light with a hole in the exhaust pipe, but he literally pulled a gun on me and had it pointed at my head. Because he felt some kind of way about me speeding around him because he was breaking the law, basically. But he proceeded to try to chastise me after that, and then told me he was going to let me off with a pass for speeding. I had a friend who's actually a cop who said that nobody in that district actually has speedometer, so he couldn't actually wrote me up for a speeding ticket anyway. I mean, not speedometers, radar, whatever, when they write you radar gun shit. But
yeah, just another case of being black in America. We deal with it on a day-to-day basis, but hopefully it get better. We just trying to survive being black. It's a whole nother experience if you never experienced it. If you never wore this black skin, you probably can't understand it or fathom it, but it's tough. But I mean, hey, we just got to deal with it. We can't take the skin off.
Facts.
We can't hide from it. We just got to face it head on, and just hopefully one day in the near future we'll be treated just like everybody else. But I won't hold my breath, but I mean, hopefully, hopefully change is coming soon.
I think it is.
We got America's ear right now.
We definitely do.
Hopefully we get some laws changed. Police are being more scrutinized and have heavier sentences for doing the bullshit that they do that might deter police officers in the future from doing stupid shit and shit they were not supposed to do. But, we just wait and see on that. But it is what it is, I guess.
Honestly, this whole conversation has been like not this conversation, but the entire Breonna Taylor incident. I know one cop was fired. She still has not received justice. The protest, the peaceful protest, from what I've seen and what I've read from both left-leaning and right-leaning media sources, has said that there was a shooter who shot at the peaceful protesters. I've seen the video. I cannot, based on my assumption, it looked like a Caucasian individual. It could have been a fair-skinned person of color. I don't know. But, he fired directly into a crowd at the protest. I don't know what might have led up to that. But I do know that they knew that this was going to go down before it happened. So I was wondering why there wasn't further security. From what I've seen and from what I heard from the people that I know that are officers and from the people that I know that were there for the protest, is that they said that the freedom fighters were supposed to come and protest it, but it wasn't the way they didn't show up, basically, is what was reported. And when I heard, it wasn't the advertisement. Maybe a fringe group or some people who wanted to just tag along and just be present and to start trouble, maybe. But I heard that group wasn't actually responsible for that, because they were the ones who were labeled as the opposing protesters, the opposition. But I haven't read anything to talk about the guy who actually fired into the crowd. But it's somebody died from that shooting. They said the police haven't confirmed whether they died from that shooting or somebody else being shot. I don't know why they said that. I'm just talking about the literature in the article. That's what it said. But I hope everybody's okay. The city's got a lot of pain, period, with everything that's going on, and to have to deal with that, and people not supporting the situation at hand, and not, it's just a crazy environment. I just want everybody to get better. I want COVID-19 to disappear, and I want peace, but I know peace won't happen until destruction gets to a level that people can't stand. And forgive me for feeling like I'm coming off as condoning rioting and looting or destruction. But I just know that until people hear your pain, they probably won't feel your pain if they don't understand it. And I think that's where we are right now with America. I mean, even with some people I know that understand the pain, they understand it, so they understand the pain, so they can't understand why people who feel the pain are still acting out this manner, and they want to write everybody off as being not about the actual police brutality and against white supremacy, but in reality, sometimes you can't express, kids, when they can't express some things in a certain way, they throw tantrums. So when your voice isn't heard and people aren't listening to you, and you in a society that don't give a fuck about you, you tend to act out. And some of these people are acting out because of that, and some of these people are already poor in the situation and acting out because of that. And they're in a situation where they could probably do something and take advantage of these situations because of that. And all these factors are affecting these communities. Now, there's probably a very, very, very small minority of people, in my opinion, who that doesn't impact. Because most of us are poor. Most of us are living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, the numbers, if you look it up in America, that's just the way it is. It's just that we live in a culture where people want to pretend like that doesn't apply to them, but that's society. That's what it is. But I just want the best for everybody. So, do your job to be a better person. I saw a motivational speech, and this is how I want to check this out for my last words. It was Inky Wright. I don't know where he got it from, but I heard it from Inky Wright. What's his name? Eric Thomas, Inky Wright. Inky Thomas put Eric Wright on. Is that Eric Wright, right? No, Eric Wright, that's an easy E name.
You're right.
What's buddy's name from played cornerback for Tennessee? Inky Wright. No, Eric Wright is Inky Wright. Yeah, Eric Wright is sorry, but Inky Wright. Inky Wright played corner for University of Tennessee, and then he had an injury that led him to having a. You gotta watch. Go look up his motivational video. It's pretty inspiring. But one of the things that I heard him say, and it's like something that I always actually already did, but when I heard it, it just put more value into the thought. He said, always leave something better than the way you found it. So like this world, this country, everything that I see, you know, a school, whatever you pass through, it don't matter. You know, anything that you put your hands on, try to make it better. Because it's going to make the situation for the people that come behind you better. I mean, in simple terms, better. It's going to make it easier for them to do what they need to do because you made their situation better. Don't try to just, let me go through here and touch as least thing or as little as I can, you know. Don't do that. You know, go through that, touch everything you can, make shit better, fix shit, do things better, you know. Whatever you got to do, because at the end of the day, this society excels because we care about the situation that we're in. So go out there, do what you gotta do to survive, but also do what you gotta do to help others that come after you, you know, so that they can survive and excel. And that's my final words. Mm-hmm. Not Jerry Springer, but y'all probably too young for that.
Yeah. All right. I think we pretty much touched on everything. Was a little turned up.
It was turned up. It was a freestyle.
We might have missed some. We might get back to it on the next one, but I think we pretty much touched on what we needed to.
Definitely.
You know.
Put y'all critiques in the comments. If y'all talk y'all shit, if you don't agree with us, let us fucking know so we can talk shit to y'all motherfuckers next weekend. I'm just kidding, but we're gonna talk shit to y'all motherfuckers and talking shit. But if you have any constructive criticisms and we missed something or whatever, we was definitely a little turned, and we was definitely it was some shit on my mind. And these conversations ain't easy for people. I want to be a good person, so I'll be trying to. I want to offend the people that need to be offended, and then I want the people who don't need to be offended to just understand where I'm coming from. Mm-hmm. So. If you understand what I'm saying, you understand. You can see I wear my heart on my sleeve, so you can see where I'm coming from. People that don't like me, they don't know me. People that know me, they like me. So, get to know me, listen to us for a little bit more. See where I'm coming from. I want us all to get to a place of better understanding, and we're not trying to say that don't nobody matter. We want everybody to be in a society where we could all just live and excel as human beings. But we only attacking these points because right now that's not the reality for most people. So the sooner that we can make that a reality for most people, and that's for everybody. I know it's poor people from all backgrounds who could probably agree with that, and they like, hey, shit, I want to get with it. So if we could do that stuff and kind of support that stuff together, then let us know. So because we definitely want to help out everybody. But right now we focus on this one thing because right now it's not the hot topic for us, because it's always been a hot topic for us. It's not because it's trending, it's always been a painful experience. It is what it is. Shit, I ain't gonna try to sugarcoat no shit. Y'all know what it is.
Yep. All right, we're going to go ahead and end it here. We're going to see y'all next episode. Before we leave, don't forget, Black Lives Matter. Don't forget that. We need everybody to champion this phrase, this statement. Black Lives Matter. Black is beautiful. Black is love. Black is all that. All power to the people. Shout out New Era Chicago. I want to shout out my dog, Taji. New Era Chicago, man. Y'all need to get in tune with them. They doing a fabulous movement for the people in Chicago, taking care of the city, all the elderly, people without a voice. They fight for them. They take care of them. They feed them, clothe them. They're doing a wonderful job in Chicago. I just want to shout them out. New Era Chicago. Check them out. Facebook, Instagram. They definitely doing their thing. They standing up for the people. So we appreciate y'all, New Era Chicago. Thank you.
Hey, any links to anything that we discussed, we're gonna post in the description. Businesses, non-profits, organizations that's doing their thing, it's gonna be in the description. Holler at us.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'm always right. That's your line.
Right here, you took my man.
Damn.
Signing off. Sometimes I'm always right. Holla at you. We'll check y'all next episode. This episode 10, episode 11, coming soon. Holla at us. Black Lives Matter. Once again, thank you. Appreciate it.